didn't think that I was cut enough to bleed. Then I saw my secrets getting swallowed.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to my Brazil vlog part 2. After soaking up the sun at the beach, I took a day to recharge in São José dos Campos, and in the morning I headed to São Paulo. Upon arriving in São Paulo, I checked in the hotel. That it was a simple one. It's exactly what I needed for a day. Because in the morning I had to catch up the flight to Foz do Iguaçu. But before that, I went to explore this bustling city, and the first stop was Sampa Sky. It's a breathtaking observation deck located on the top floors of a skyscraper offering panoramic views of the city. And as the time on the deck was limited, I took 100 pictures and went to the cafeteria to get the breakfast. And for breakfast, I got a coxinha, that is a very popular Brazilian snack made of shredded chicken meat. And while enjoying it, I was admiring these amazing views of São Paulo from above. After taking in the stunning views, I called an Uber and headed to the next stop, which was MASP, also known as the São Paulo Museum of Art. Walking through the halls of MASP was truly inspiring, and after exploring it for a while, I went for a walk on Avenida Paulista. That is the main avenue, one of the most popular and busiest streets in São Paulo. And as the night started kicking in, I treated myself to a dinner at a local restaurant. I opted for chicken drumsticks, and as a side, they brought me rice and beans. Saying that Brazilians love rice and beans is like saying nothing. Never in my life I saw something like this. An aisle full of beans and rice. Unbelievable. Early in the morning, I headed to the airport and got my flight to Foz do Iguaçu at 7:30 a.m. I left gloomy São Paulo, and in 1 hour and a half, I landed in sunny Foz do Iguaçu. And once I touched down in Foz, I called an Uber and went straight away to the hotel. Conscious that it was too early yet, I decided to ask if I can leave my stuff to be able to explore the city before the check-in. At the reception, they had the Christmas decorations and the Christmas tree with these cute Mickey Mouse toys. Anyways, I left my stuff in the locker room and I went to explore the city. And without hesitation, I headed to the first spot, that it was Templo Budista, known as Buddhist Temple of Foz do Iguaçu. After exploring this temple for a few hours, I headed back to the hotel to do the check-in. Here's a quick room tour. The room was very spacious, cozy, and the bed was very, very comfortable. But from the window, you can see even a bit of Paraguay, which is great, but still the rooftop view stole my heart. And I went there to admire probably the best sunsets in my life. And in addition, a few cocktails that weren't the best ones, to be honest. But with this view, it was totally worth it. The next morning, I woke up and went to see one of the new 7 wonders of nature, Iguaçu Falls on the Brazilian side. And now I'm gonna share some insider tips for visiting Iguaçu Falls so you can make the most of your trip to this incredible natural wonder. First off, buy your ticket online at least 1 day in advance, and the price for it is 100 Brazilian reals, which is equivalent to 19 euro. And secondly, let's talk about timing. The falls are opening at 9 a.m. and gets busier during the peak hours, so try to arrive early in the morning or later in the afternoon. In my case, I arrived at 8:30 and I didn't get a long queue, so I was able to embark in the bus quite quick. Thirdly, don't forget your sun protector. I've learned my lesson from a day before when I got sunburned, so this time once I got on the bus, I used a ton of sun protector. even on my ears. And fourth, the most important point, to avoid the crowds and get those Instagram-worthy shots without any people in the background, ride the bus until the very last stop. This is where you should get off the bus. And trust me, you'll get the best views and the best pictures without anyone in the background. Seeing the Iguazu Falls was a moment I'll never forget. I got emotional and overwhelmed by the beauty of this natural wonder because I never thought that I'd have the chance to witness it with my own eyes. It always seemed so far away and unaffordable. But here I am, living proof that dreams do come true if you believe in yourself. And after taking it all in, I decided to treat myself with a coconut to cherish this unforgettable moment. And of course, I could not leave without picking up some souvenirs for my friends and for myself, magnets for them and a t-shirt for me. Just a short walk from the falls lies another hidden gem, Parque das Aves, or Birds Park. This sanctuary is a home for a wide variety of bird species and is not just a tourist attraction, but also a hub for conservation and education. It's inspiring to see the efforts being made to protect these incredible animals and their habitats. As soon as I entered the park, I was greeted by the vibrant colors of scarlet ibis and the graceful beauty of flamingos. And also, I could get up close with probably one of the friendliest parrots. As Parque das Aves is home to 1,400 birds from around 143 species, the park isn't just about birds. I also got to see some fascinating reptiles, including crocodiles and turtles basking in the sun, and a pond full of colorful fish. Filled with playful macaws, it was like stepping into a tropical paradise. It's truly incredible to see so many beautiful creatures in one place. And all this for only €15, that is the price for the ticket to enter the park. In case you are wondering if you can do the falls and Birds Park in one day, the answer is yes, you can. At the falls I spent 3 hours and in the Birds Park I spent around 2 hours. And after spending 5 hours at the falls and in the Birds Park, I headed to Marco das Três Fronteiras for the evening show. This iconic landmark marks the spot where Brazil, Argentina and Paraguay come together. The colorful lights, lively music and cultural performance truly brought the spirit of region to life. And in the end, the performers were interacting even with the public. That was amazing. It has been such an incredible day, but for me, it was the time to head for dinner. And on the way, I saw this disco track where people were dancing and drinking and having fun. Such a nice thing to see. For dinner this time, I opted for an Italian restaurant. I got some mouth-watering seafood linguine, followed by a decadent pistachio cheesecake for dessert. With a satisfied stomach and a heart full of memories, I headed back to the hotel to rest for tomorrow's adventure. Thanks for joining me on today's journey. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more travel adventures. See you on the next one. Bye!